Mitchell the deep two. Starts the third quarter. Here we go. See Mitchell. Mitchell already up to 19. Howard driving on Smith. Howard spinning around. Smith got a piece. Howard lost it. It deflected its way back to the goal. Good post Howard here. Shot clock down to 5. Howard turning that left-handed finish. So good. Long, athletic, experienced. 17 points a game. She's already above her average. Just into the second half. So her backcourt versus the Dallas front courts. Clark shaking off Sheldon. It's a deep two. Drop coverage. Taking off those screens. Her backcourt is combined for 36. That means front court Solly and Howard is combined for 37. Here's Solly setting up Howard. Solly overhauled. Sure, better defended there by Indiana. Took out the recover by Mexico. Clark back over Shelley. The Lava was halfway down. Holding the rebound in the first possession. And Clark talked about Lexi Hall's hustle with the pregame. National something good. Are you not entertained? Scorching here to start the third. Kelsey Mitchell puts Indiana in front.
Y'all got the dub. Yeah, it was all field goals. 7 field goals, 21-18. You got the dub. Yep. All right, that's all I wanted to tell you. Right.
Triples, which gets her 107 on the season, which breaks her last year's number of 103. She is the subject of our Indiana Workers Going to Work feature. This is on a 3, but the rebound in the putback is in from McCowan.
Nice.
Players in the WNBA in the backcourt as teammates, and have made over 100 triples. with his golf from the foul on Clark there. Clark is a bucket ready for moving ahead of Augustus' total rookie points record.
I don't know how you keep track of all the records.
I don't. But it feels like it's swimming 24/7, just trying to keep up with it all. But what a good problem to have.
It's a great problem. It's not just here, it's all across the league.
Moving up a pair of screens, now off the Boston screen. John sits with her, bounce inside for Boston. Boston on McCallum and kick back out for Mitchell. Boston tracks down the rebound. Mitchell, the second look, she dropped it.
Oh.
They kind of reach for that one, took her out of position, took the drive on someone. Pitch it to Smith, who just gets rings. Not too strong. Has the rebound, ball for the third foul there. Let's see, ball. Again, the passing lanes is deflecting it.
You know, it's all about effort for Lexi. It's throwing to the glass every time. It's having tough to sign it on a corner. It's getting tips and deflections. Right here, another tip. Another deflection. That's Lexi Hall right there. And as well as she's shooting the three, she hasn't taken one yet in the game. They need to run something for her.
Things like that, they don't show up on the stat sheet. That's not a steal for her, but it is a big play in a game where teams are having a lot of offensive execution. If you stop this big as Boston turns the corner, can't finish inside. Smith able to save it. Get back for Mitchell. They got to have some success on the offensive glass here. Boston, tough spin and over to the top. Boston now with 11 points. Third finger player in the double figures on the difficult look.
That is a tough shot. Get it off the screen. Jumper.
Clark right back to Boston. Who got inside position on the gun. Clark finds him.
If you run ahead of the ball, Caitlin sees all nine.
Walla hits a three.
Way too quiet for Enrique, right? She's going to come alive right here. All that she needs to do is see a big basket.
And that was 4,000 for Walla. Ball over to Smith. Smith on the shot fake. Pulls her way inside. It's a blocking foul.
So fitting that Enrique will be the fastest to 4,000 in 194 games on a triple.
And second on that list, Brianna Stewart. Third on that list, Diana Taurasi. And Walla has gotten there faster than any of them.
Congratulations to Enrique Walla.
Question. Was come into this league from the get-go and just lit up the scoreboard. It's been a frustrating year for Dallas. At times it felt like she was the only star back there as they've just dealt with so many injuries. Howard's missed time. Somebody wasn't there for a good portion of the season. Injuries have hit this roster really hard. Team that went 22-18 a year ago, solidly in the playoffs. Is now going to be in the lottery.
Enrique is an incredible piece to build around. She gets sleep and steals. She's the best free throw shooter in the league. Second in scoring.
To solidly dialing up the three. It's her fourth.
That's the other piece. Solidly. Just put her anywhere she can be impactful.
Faking the handoff. Now backing in Sheldon. Trying to spin around. There's a foul first. It's on the floor.
These two scored a lot of points against each other and put a lot of fouls in on each other over the course of their college careers.
Seki Usu. We check back in. Sheldon now with 4 fouls. Still has not been able to shake free of Dallas. The jump off the screen. It's the shot fixed. Pops it back for Boston. Pops it back for Mitchell. You got it. My goodness. Chelsea Mitchell shoots a run ball dog.
That's it.
Mitchell's 53. She's got 25. She draws the foul.
Okay. I was saying just
Daniel Jones scored 1 field goal.
I saw this at
Take a snapshot of this right here. We still got
Oh, baby, mistake. I thought it was supposed to be boy.
I'm telling you, it's going to come down to the last 2 possessions. Last 2 minutes, you think stop.
Less than 48 hours ago, the final game of this building was 78-74. We are basically there. Midway through the third quarter. They are 11 of 11 from the free throw line. Really, the patience here for Indiana paying off. By the way, is okay. Boston's 6th assist. She actually
TV watch, baby. Triple double. One good blocks.
13.6 assists, 4 rebounds for Boston. Dallas is going back up by 2. Clark beating in the corner up top. Mitchell steps into a cheap 2. That one is long. Boston able to save it.
Positions here.
I'm watching Indiana game.
Clark didn't realize that neither did the Fever.
I mean, we didn't go this second.
London just nipped off the back end of that, but apparently not. Dixie Hole battling just solidly there, denying that pass. Usu, corner 3, knocks it down.
The game also feeds her team and assists. Harder than 5 a game.
Clark goes behind the back. Clark on the drive, side of the game. We'll stay here with Indiana. Mitchell, driving by Solomon. Mitchell right to the top. She is
So great to see for Kelsey Mitchell after the many years she's been in this franchise to finally get her opportunity in the playoffs.
She is really frustrated. Dallas in particular. Mitchell had 36 in Dallas 2 weeks ago. It was on pace for something similar here.
She challenges, closeouts, every catch. And that's what you do. Not every player in the league challenges a closeout on every catch like Kelsey Mitchell.
So we trying to frustrate Clark. Oh, Clark with 3 more. Right over the rookie.
Kelsey combined 9 triples.
47 points. And the final score. Score between the two. And buckets right here puts her ahead. Simone Augustus for most total points by a rookie in WNBA history. We already set the total assist record earlier this week in this building. Still to do here. Trying to take Seagrass to take it.
Okay. Relax.
Final ball before the break. Seagrass, here's a good ball. I got the hand off with the bounce. Seagrass, tackle fall. Good defense there by Boston. Won't get the hand in there. Ball still loose on the floor. Seagrass dives for it. Kind of got trapped in there. Really good to see her get up, jump ball into the ball.
Yeah, one of the things, bro.
Seagrass high off the glass. Lexi Hall over here at the middle of it.
It's Lexi Hall. And Maddie Seagrass thought about it when Boston got in there, but it was Hall. It was 6-2, 6-1. Lexi caps it back, but it's just been deflected off the house.
Oh my goodness.
Right, we'll go Fever's direction here. This game has been 5 points since midway through the second. That team has led 5 since the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. It's been razor tight in terms of margins. Just forcing her way, but behind the back. Off the catches down. The Hunter saying it was tipped. So Fever still have possession. Back Bentley walks for Lexi Hall, tries to pull it up and draw the foul.
They can make it a
Fever get a few possessions in total.
My goodness. Patricia beside herself as upset as she can possibly get. She's not one very animated there on the side. Oh my God, it's hard to get for it. Got it. But what a play by Lexi Hall against the free throw line, the late clock situation.
So Lexi Hall headed to the free throw line for the first time today. 78% free throw shooter. And pulls Indiana with it. And now a message from Indiana Workers.
IndianaWorkers.com for a free consultation. IndianaWorkers.com. We go to work when you can.
That's just the hell out of it.
Lexi Hall knocks down the bear. After bucket here, it was just the third quarter. They all feel so big. Every free throw Indiana 9-12. So nice job of rebounding from some struggles at the foul line recently. Howard, difficult one, just left it up there. Seagrass knocks it away. The foul is on Ellis. Indiana is into the bonus. This is going to send Indiana right back to the free throw line.
Lexi Hall.
Points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Forced a turnover a month ago. You'll miss your chance to be part of history if they return to the WNBA playoffs. In the first round of playoff tickets go on sale for Fever Flash and FeverBasketball.com. It's the best story where Indiana's going to have to win a road game. 2 on the road, and then you get 3 here. Get the Fever can do that. They've still got to lock down their playoff positions, and they could do that. Shelby finds some space. Boston takes it around. It's a secret and that's Fever basketball.
Indiana has done a much better job here this season, limiting one shot. A lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. Offensive rebounds in the first half? Yes.
Just 2 here in the third quarter. So that is one improvement. Sheldon and Connie, they're just missing time. Really frustrated. Mission drive on back there. Like I said, on the baseline.
Something to sweep.
Here's Buck trying to just say, hey, it's a big chance. It's by Brown. Hard foul there on Caitlin Clark. Off of it, ball off the bench. Caitlin Clark Still able to beat everybody back to the rim.
That's a flagrant.
But if you swipe through like that,
Yeah, otherwise,
the ball, that's what the officials will tell you.
you know, I'm
You're going to swipe and you miss.
not big.
There's a big contact out there, so it's an interesting foul. It's not the typical swipe through that you normally see. She's coming with that left hand. And so there's a no contact ball through. It's on the right side of the face impact, but I would be surprised if this is not ready. I force for me, and your officials to do it all every she can do breaking all of this. With that breakneck pace, he takes shit over 50% from the field. The other thing is
Thank you for his thoughts. Contributing for that's what we did for West State, so we did hand it for engagement part. We were right first one last year. Thank you for coming and we review so much. Everybody got
first. It's on the side of the face and into the camera. This criteria for an upgrade, but this is never an tight deal. There's not this gray in there. Go on to WNBA flagrant move, and it does appear as if they are going to upgrade this year. That is my first word. It has been upgraded.
Okay.
The 36.5 on the game is down first. Takes a chance to be a very big possession here for Indiana.
That's fine.
80 to 78 now, so it's a 6-0 run for the Fever, and they have the ball.
The tendency here that Jim Boss says Chelsea Mitchell, she will live that one. She ran into Jason Sheldon from the She probably into the lower she just tried to look up 6
About 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. That is the silver lining for Indiana. One more look at the Fever.
That time when he did it real long, I was watching, she was having to be in the room, and she walked into the room as soon as he did that. She stopped and looked like, what the hell is that? Well, the team was fun. They don't care about that. Yeah, yes,
Actually, they had a room where they were actually, they got an outside. And both halls were community, but they had that house. Hey, mama. They would have been there. Just pay mama, and I'll say, and I'll, Daniel.
Indiana Fever Basketball is presented by Pixar's Individual and Family Health Insurance through Exaggerating Health Insurance. Most proud of Asian fans in this building. And 25th trial of the Indiana 20 here today. Fall the 6 and 6. This game has been so tight. More than one possession. It's significant right now. The Fever gets on the defensive end.
This is where you can't afford games from every detail. So be sharp. No mistakes. No mistakes. Do what you do well.
ATO was well executed by the Tricia Hamels group. It is its house. Back to a 2-point game. But staying aggressive. She's going to that right line a couple of times.
Foul.
Here's Wheeler, shot clock down to 5. That's a deep 2. Wheeler can't hit it.
Wait.
It's somebody, anybody, somebody. Never take that from somebody.
You relax. Boom.
Hey, Papa, what's your cash app? I'm about to get smart.
No, you ain't doing that.
Why not? No, I said, what's your cash
Wheeler in the game gets sucked off the ball just a little bit here. We'll see if the man's can free her up. Clark off the screen. Clark launches.
She told us she wants the ball. She will take the shot in these situations.
Move along a little too. Her flutter is short. Rebound.
Triple number 5.
So she's just too shy of her career high of 31.
They like running around this side. You have a ball straight. They get
Power too strong on the other end. Rebound does it. Here comes Logan. It's got to be transition taking it in. Her 6 3-pointer. There was something about her in the pregame press conference. 38 was my number. It's gonna be close. She was loose. She was confident. She was funny. She talked about how comfortable she's become in the system with her teammates and how much fun they're having. Now Indiana's got some breathing room all of a sudden.
Take the shot, baby.
Down the rebound. 4 minutes left to play. This is a scene with a lot of firepower. Leading that charge. They shoot the three well. You gotta get out of the reach and go keep her any straight line vision to the ball. We can see she's pumped up and pumping opportunities this weekend.
Don't satisfy with the three, man. Get to the rack. Get to the rack.
Is tilting the floor, going downfield, looking for space. Trying to stay aggressive, looking to attack. Had 3 fouls to give. Foul trouble, but the ball against free underneath, makes it in. And it's a 5-point game. 57 to see it up. Group went up now. A couple buckets from the people all over the outside. Close to Duncan.
Cincinnati. Two? He's gonna come back. Yeah, but he's not gonna. He'll be out for at least 2. At least.
I hate he got paid. It's paid. That's another.
Like all that judo shit on. Or what do you get one of the helmets? They got a either the Guardian cap or they got a new helmet. I read this. So they got a helmet design similar to the one. I don't know. They don't look that bad. To me, the one thing they got to try, they don't think we're in the game with 50 years. Pointed out, I gotta they both have helmets. And so you don't need those. Let me see you.
Statistics, real, intangible. It's all of the beauty. And it is a rising time for innovation. You want it evaluation of the franchise to go up, like to go up, money, it's almost she's got a career high here.
Come on, Leah. Stop playing. Oh, you got it. Take the shot. Nice. Rebounds. Oh, good move. Bam. Hello? No, that was all my wife, so. Yeah. Yep. So, Sarah over here now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they had a good time. They just came over to pick up. They put a cake and drop off some stuff. They had it back out. She had to be sleep all day. She just woke up just to do that. She didn't sleep all day. Yeah, she wore out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, she don't. Yeah, man, I got one TV. I'm back here I thought they was about to leave. They still in there talking, man. I got one TV watching the WNBA game. I got the Chiefs and the Bengals are playing. I watched the Dallas get their ass whooped today. Watch that game. Get their ass whooped. Derek Carr and the Saints. So they know anything. Yep. I didn't hear that. All right, bro. All right. Really? Wow.
No, I have
They didn't show what happened.
So they are over now at the scores table, presumably looking at everything that we just saw. So first of all, was this a three? So there. That answer is unequivocally yes. How many big your possible shots? Boston 6 right there. There's how he's just trying to get in from the back there. See if you can pick up on what McCowan did. Maybe have to take a time out here. So 15 McCowan. She's bodying up Boston. Clearly something's being said there. And then a shove. Wow. With 1.9 left in a 2-point game. It did give Boston something to again, you don't know what's being said down there. So I don't think we're sitting there. You would assume that it's a quick foul. It's on. Well, it's the shots. Just keep Dallas's hopes. All the time out of the game. Boston's nice in here. She does. $35 here for Caitlin Clark. 8 assists. That's a new career high. She's in the best with the ball. She's here for doubles. And then her best also is in her house this year. Right now, it's a level with the capital. Chip with the hot shot. Right now, it's a level with the capital on the floor. Let's go with Chip with the hot line. It's Indiana with 110 points. As well as starting the game of the season. And they have the 6th seed in the 2024 WNBA playoffs. 6 and 5. You gotta have guards. Indiana's got two of the best. Set first 100 is the base. It's to 110. Indiana, a new season high of points. The previous high was 104. The game was an overtime game against Atlanta.
Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
And we back with it. What's going on, y'all? Great ending to a game. Kev, I'm with you. Sometimes them two should just play because the last two games have been out battles. Indiana tried to give it away at the end with all of them damn turmoil. I don't understand how they turn the ball over like that in critical times. Caitlin Clark gets sloppy with the ball at the end of the game, still bitching and moaning at the refs. It's just like, baby girl, just protect the ball. Goodness. But great game. Great game. They ended up with I'm nitpicking. Caitlin Clark ended up with 35. She dropped a bucket on their ass. 10 for 22 from the floor, 6 for 14 from deep. Kelsey Mitchell, as advertised. 12 for 21 from the floor, 50%, 6 for 12 from 3. Killing it. Killing it. Caitlin Clark's complete stat line. 35 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 5 turnovers. As long as it's below 5, I'm good. 5 or below, I can live with that. But I can live with the 5 turnovers when you put up 35 points. So just guess what? Guess what? And you responsible for 16 points with the assists? I'm good with that. Definitely good with that. I know, Professor. Always a game, man. And listen, Arike Ogunbowale is my favorite player. She was one of the first ones that I started watching when I really got into the WNBA. Even when I was watching, when I first got into it, I was like, I'm gonna make a point to find players I like to watch that are not Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So obviously, Kelsey Mitchell. You guys know my affinity with Kelsey Mitchell. That ain't no thing. But Arike, from the rip, I was like, who is this? And why is she breaking everybody's ankles? And can't nobody stop her. And she has got that weird shot. Her body is just in a weird position. She kicks that leg out. It looks like she's off balance, but it's not. And she can make, I guess that's her practicing, like shooting with somebody on her, and she got to lean at different angles. And because she shoots that ball enough, she got about 3 or 4 different shots, and she hits all of them. She hits all of them, and they almost bounced that game away with all of them turnovers at the end of the game. That was just ridiculous. That was ridiculous. And then, of course, that was almost a 7-point swing when Aaliyah Boston misses the easy layup, and it's like, oof, like, girl, you cannot miss those layups in the paint. You just can't do it. You are not gonna have those opportunities when the playoffs hit. This looked like a playoff game. This looked like a playoff game. So that was intense. That was intense. And you look at, I mean, Kelsey Mitchell had 30, Caitlin Clark had 35, Aaliyah Boston had 15, and they still had to work and scrap to get this game, to get a dub. Howard had 26, Sabali had 27, Ogunbowale had 27. Everybody was balling today. It's the same thing as last time. And I tell you what, Dallas is going to be good.
next year because they're going to get a high draft pick. And is Sabali coming back? Arike is coming back, I think. Because when Dallas looked totally different when Sato came back on the team. That's just somebody else that you got to worry about. JC Sheldon is Dallas's version of Lexi Smith. She can hit shots. She plays defense real well. She just got to get more minutes. And I think one thing that you might see, and maybe people will start getting the hint, all of these coaches and these teams, that maybe you need to be playing your rooks. Because whoever drafts Paige Beckers next year, you're not bringing her off the bench. You can't do that because these rooks is just too good now. They done reset the bar for rookies. They reset the bar. You saw what Rickeya Jackson did before Cameron Brink was getting hurt. You saw what she was doing. Of course, you got Caitlin Clark. Of course, you got Angel Reese. But look at what Aaliyah Edwards is doing. She get overshadowed over in DC because she's just a great player on a bad team. But these rooks is playing. I think Cheryl Reeves should have been playing Alyssa Peely more. The first time she got in the game, she dropped 20. So hopefully this is a new standard where they let the rooks play. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Ghost. Nika Mule is getting wasted. That's the wasted year, and you know she can ball. You know she can ball. And this is one of those things where when you make that draft pick, you got to play him. You got to see what you got. You have to see what you got. And if anything, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese let everybody know, they put the league on notice that if you are a rookie and you give them time, they can produce. That's not going to happen all the times, but all the rookies that played this year, with the exception of Daisha Fair, and I'm not sure what that issue was, because Daisha Fair could have been somewhere else playing. I'll give a damn what size she is. So I don't understand that, but she got it. She got the bad end of the stick. But we'll see next year. Maybe somebody will pick her up. I don't know. But the original point, Ghost, I agree with you 100%. Nika Mule is getting wasted. Alyssa Peely is getting wasted. These young people need minutes, and they deserve it. And again, hopefully the status quo can be shooken up a bit. Because when Paige comes out next year, you're not putting her on the bench. When Juju comes out the year after, you're not putting her on the bench. She's going to be as good, if not better, than what you already have. Because now Caitlin Clark has set the bar for guards. She has reset it for guards coming into the league. You just got to give her the time. If Caitlin Clark would have been somewhere else and they would have had her coming off the bench and all of that kind of stuff, you never would be able to see that. And it's the same in any sport. You got to be able to let these players take their lumps. And she did. Bad calls and all. She had an opportunity to take her lumps. That's exactly what she did, and she got better for it. And I'm expecting her to be a lot better next year than she has been this year. She still doesn't shoot at a high enough clip, in my opinion. But she had to get through that crazy schedule in the beginning. She had to get adjusted to the physical play, getting the fouls, not getting her calls. She had to get adjusted to all of that stuff. And let me be honest with you, I still don't think she's adjusted to it. So she can still go to another level. So great game. Dallas and Indiana, they gave him credit for that last 3-point shot, made it a 1-point game. But that was a hell of a game, man. And Christy Sides, I still don't understand some of her substitutions. But it is what it is. She got the win. So I'm not gonna nitpick too much. She got it done. And what else can you say? But I will look. Let's take a look. You all, I like to look at the look in the paint. Let's take a look in that second monitor right now. And not great, but What do we make in the paint? Okay. Looks like we made more than we missed in the paint. So that's what you want to see. Now, Aaliyah Boston. What did you miss in the paint? You made 2, 4, 6, 8 points in the paint, and you missed. She only missed 6 points in the paint. Really, 4. That one shot. Oh, that hurt my feelings on that one. You got to make that shot. Who else? Fact Bentley. What's she making the paint? She made one shot. She missed 3. A lot of mid-range shots and 1 3. I don't want Fact Bentley shooting threes though, man. So, what did Melissa Smith do? What's her box score saying? Oh, these ads are killing me, man. I do not want to go to McDonald's. Melissa Smith had 8 points, 6 rebounds, and a block. Okay, that's decent. That's decent. 20. We wow, they out rebounded us 33-26. I still don't like the way we rebound. I still don't like the way Indiana rebounds the ball. They leave a lot of meat on the bone. They don't protect. They don't go up with authority. And a lot of times they get the ball stolen from them. When they do come down with it, you got to be careful and protect the ball. And sometimes I think they are a little lax on that. But again, when you win, you just nitpicking, right? So Erica Wheeler, 14 minutes. And you know what? Let me see this. Because this was let me see, fourth quarter. The Erica, see, this is what I don't understand. Kelsey Mitchell ended up with 30 points, right? Bruh. You already know, man. Listen, it's not like they're terrible at rebound. What they don't practice, and this is my opinion, because they don't do it in the game, so they don't practice it. They do not get into position to get offensive rebounds at all. If a shot goes up, they just look at it and hope it falls. Nobody gets in the position. The only time they get offensive rebounds is if they get a bounce or Lexi Hall is on the hustle play. Because Lexi Hall is bound to get you a couple hustle rebounds. But for the most part, their positioning is god-awful. You're right. They do not box out whatsoever. The only person, in my opinion, the only person on Indiana that boxes out and tries to get positioning is Melissa Smith. And I know a lot of people give her a lot of shit because they don't think she's a good offensive player. She's an okay offensive player. She should be a post player. I don't want her shooting mid-range shots and definitely not three-point shots. She should be in the paint, close to the rim, taking it. And I've said this before, if Melissa Smith ever bothers to work on a baby hook shot in that 5 to 10 foot range, she'll be deadly because that's where she does her best work. She is the most athletic rebounder they have on the team. Melissa Smith is a better rebounder. And I'm talking about the technique of actually going up and get a rebounder than anybody else. She's better than Aaliyah Boston. And she's as good, if not a little bit better than Fact Bentley. She's more physical than Fact Bentley. But I like Fact Bentley because Fact Bentley is quick. She's taller. And Fact Bentley's got a little bit of quickness and grace with her. She's got some finesse to her game, but Melissa Smith will go up one hand and snatch that ball down. Aaliyah Boston doesn't do that. Aaliyah Boston has soft hands. So, position, yeah, Dave, you're right, man. Positioning, they just got to get better at it. I don't think they practice it, bro. I don't think they practice it, man. Because that's the one thing that I would say about Angel Reese. Angel Reese knows, I don't know if her Uncle Shaq taught her, but Angel Reese knows how to get positioning to get the rebound. Her and Alyssa Thomas are the best in the league at doing it. Yes, Aaliyah tries to tip the ball to someone else. I agree with that. But when she brings down the rebound, she brings it down like that rather than that, squeezing the ball. And I hate that. She got us off. She's just not. It's not soft. I've explained this before. She does not have that personality. Everybody wants to throw the word dog around. You got to have a dog. You got to be a dog out there on the court, on the field. That's my dog. Everybody throws that around, but everybody ain't like that. That is a personality trait. That is not something that you just have. That is a personality trait. Some people are aggressive on the field. Some people are quiet on the field. Some people are loud mouths on the court. So, but at the end of the day, as long as you can ball, and Aaliyah Boston can ball, she's had some good games where you'd be like, damn, now that's the girl that was rookie of the year last year. But because she doesn't have an aggressive personality, she ain't the one that's going to throw hands with you. That's Kelsey Mitchell. Aaliyah Boston is not going to throw hands. And because of that, you saw when McGowan got in her face, she ain't want no parts of that. No parts of that. And McGowan trying to be a bully and ended up getting teched and thrown out. It is what it is. But you can't, and I've said this before, Monica McNutt made this point, and I thought it was an excellent point. And she said, if you're not about that life, if you're not about throwing hands, you just don't do that on a hum. You just don't flip that switch and turn it on. And that's not what Aaliyah Boston is about. There's only a few people on that team that's like that. Maybe Tammy Fack Bentley and Kelsey Mitchell. And it's not like they're aggressive and always want to fight, but you can tell they know how to handle themselves. So it's not Leroy. It's not that she's soft. It's just that is having an aggressive personality like that is not her. So, but I understand your point. Don't let me say that. Let me throw you up on the screen. I understand your point. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand. Who you want to drive to the hoop is rarely there. Yeah, I mean it's. Let me say this: the game she had, she had 30 points, I think, the other day, like 3-4 games ago. She started initiating that spin move where she would fake, spin around, and go up with it. And then when she played Las Vegas, that first time they played Vegas, Asia Wilson just shut her down because that's what Asia Wilson does. Asia Wilson can play defense, is as tall, stronger, and quicker than Aaliyah Boston. Now, Aaliyah Boston might be a bigger body, but you can tell that like Asia Wilson's core strength is off the charts. And she's quick. She got a jump. She got a touch. She can shoot the three. Everything that Aaliyah Boston can't do. Aaliyah Boston can't hit no three off a dribble. Aaliyah Boston is not spotting up a mid-range shot off the dribble. She'll get the ball, set herself up, and shoot it if it's an open shot. But she's not going to cross you over, go between the legs, and pop up on you. Asia can do that. And play defense and block shots and make steals. So Asia just completely shut Aaliyah down, kept her at 6 points that game? And she never tried that. She tried that spin move one time. And I believe Asia Wilson Smith-act that stuff in the stands. And then she was done for the rest of the game. I think she ended up with like 12 rebounds or something like that. But Asia Wilson got the best of her. The next game, they lost both games, but that next game, Aaliyah Boston was much better. And she started implementing that spin move again. That fake and spin and go up on the other side. And she played a lot better, but they still ended up losing the game because they couldn't hit shots. Every time they would get open shots, they couldn't hit it. And even with that, it was still a close game. So that showed me that if Indiana does what they're supposed to do, hit their shots and play smart basketball, they can beat Las Vegas. Can they beat them 3 in a row or 5 in a row or 3 out of 5? I don't know. She's had some good games. She's had some good games against top comp. But it's just she needs to be more aggressive. And if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. So when you're not aggressive like that, you got to get into a rhythm. You got to find your shot. You got to find your move. You got to find your way to the boards so you can put the ball in the bucket. And that's what she has to do. She finds her groove. That's what, If you're not aggressive like that, you're not gonna get it like that. What's going on, that's Blunt? They can beat Connecticut. They beat Connecticut before. Connecticut is going to be a good team. Again, Aaliyah Boston is going to be challenged because she's going up against Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner is as tall, but is not as strong. Alyssa Thomas is as strong, but not as tall. But just like I was saying about Aaliyah Boston, Alyssa Thomas has that aggressive attitude and can try to play bully ball with you because she's that strong. So you got to be able to go toe to toe with her. And I don't know if Aaliyah Boston can do that. Melissa Smith might do that and step up to it, but I don't know if Aaliyah Boston can really get that ground and pound and get in your face aggressive streak that Alyssa Thomas has. So, but they've proven that they can beat Connecticut. So, I want to see what they do. It's going to be a good series. Yeah, Dave, you're not wrong, bro. I was trying to give Christy Size the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, what's going to happen? She made it to the playoffs. How do you fire somebody that made it to the playoffs? First time in what, 8 years? When everybody knows the only reason you made it to the playoffs is because Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell figured out how to play together. That's why you made it to the playoffs. Kelsey Mitchell even said, somebody asked her, what is playoff Kelsey Mitchell like? Kelsey was like, I don't know. I've never seen her. As good as Kelsey Mitchell is, she's never been to the playoffs. And it takes somebody, it was, Jordan and Pippen. Jordan was doing jack, and then Pippen got there, and that changed everything. You gotta have a partner in crime. And she finally got it. That's why it's so important for Indiana to find a way to keep Kelsey Mitchell around if possible. Because if she walks out the door, who are you going to get that's going to replace her production? That is a hard feat. Kelsey Mitchell at one point was the all-time leading scorer in NCAA. And the people that broke her records are named Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark is on the same team. And you saw what happened. This wasn't happening in the beginning of the year. They finally figured out how to play together. Because I remember in the first half of the year, everybody was complaining, saying Kelsey Mitchell dribbled the ball too much. She was a ball hog. And I was like, you got a ball hog on every team. If Kelsey Mitchell is a ball hog, then what the hell is Arike? But what happened when Sato got on the team? Now it's a different dynamic because now you got somebody else. And I've said this before, Demarius Dantas, she's looking better and better because when she first started playing and got back with the team, she was not in game shape. And looks like she's finally getting her legs and hitting her shot. I like Dantas. And I want to see her from the beginning of the year in shape, in practice, because she's going to be a much better player. So now you got Dantas, you got Lexi Hall. With Lexi Hall, though, I need Lexi Hall, when she gets open shots, take that damn open shot. Stop trying to dribble. I wish Caitlin Clark would take some more shots. She's always looking to pass, and she's passing up open shots. If you're going to be that girl on the court, when you get an open shot, take the open shot. That's what you got to do. I agree. I don't think Lynn Dunn won't fire her, but I think it'll depend on what's going on in the playoffs. I think it depends on how, because the last time Indiana won a championship, Lynn Dunn was the coach. So she understands what's going on, and she understands the mistakes that Christy Sides is making, because Christy Sides has been out-coached a few times this season. But to be fair, Christy Sides don't set picks. Christy Sides does not take jump shots. Christy Sides does not shoot free throws. So you can bitch, moan, and complain, and I don't like her substitution sometimes. I don't like the way she runs her offense sometimes. But at the end of the day, if the women on the court get open shots and they don't fall, Caitlin Clark went scoreless in the first half the other day. And they still came back and almost won the game. Just imagine if she would have played at least decent. She didn't have to play good. Can you just play decent in the first half? Maybe give me 6 points. That would have made a difference in the game. So every possession counts. So I don't, to your original point, I don't know what Dunn is going to do. I don't know how loyal she is to Christy Sides. This is only Christy Sides' second year. So I don't know if there's that much loyalty. I don't know. But I would expect Lynn Dunn to understand what she has and what she doesn't. And Lynn Dunn is expected to understand what might be available. Because if you do replace Christy Sides, it's not as intense as if you would replace Kelsey Mitchell. Because you're going to be hard pressed to find another player as good, if not better, than Kelsey Mitchell. You can find another coach that's better than Christy Sides. You see what I'm saying? So Lynn Dunn is on the clock for that. So yeah, this is Christy. She's been an assistant coach for a long time, but this was her first head coaching gig. So this is only her second year as a head coach. So you're only your second year as a head coach, and you got the biggest player in sports. It's not just women's basketball anymore. What's up, LeVar, man? You know I appreciate you, brother. This is Christy Sides' second year as a head coach, and she got the biggest personality, the biggest star in sports. I would argue that Caitlin Clark is the biggest name in sports right now. Right now, if you put her at a table with Steph, LeBron, Mahomes, across the board, her line for autographs would be just as long, if not longer, than everybody else's. And Christy Sides has got to deal with this in her second year. And Christy Sides is not strong enough to tell Caitlin Clark to shut the hell up when you bitching to the refs. She ain't got enough gravitas to do that. There's enough videos that have been out with Caitlin Clark rolling her eyes to some of the shit that Christy Sides is saying on the bench. Because I'm sure when you've had a good coach like Lisa Bluter, when you've had a good coach like Dawn Staley or Gino Ariema, and then you got to take a step down to Christy Sides, you're going to have some side eyes every now and then. Can I improve their playoff? I know they can't improve their standing. Would you rest the starters or play them for the last game on Thursday? I would, yeah. I guess I would. There's no, yeah. If we can't gain or lose anything from it, I would rest them. I want to see what Grace Berger can do, because Grace Berger played pretty well last year. She just wasn't as good as Caitlin Clark this year. Grace Berger was Miss Indiana at one point, wasn't she? Ain't she from Indiana? Went to Indiana. Isn't she like Indiana's all-time leading scorer? Like, Grace Berger can play, but we don't ever see her. And I would much rather see Grace Berger than Erica Wheeler. I think the biggest mistakes Indiana made was getting rid of Celeste Taylor and Erica Wheeler keeping Kelsey Mitchell on the bench. Kelsey Mitchell should not be on the bench, period. The only time Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark should be on the bench is if they are tired and need a rest. They will let you know when they need to come out. You take them out, you give them a 2 to 5 minute break, depending on how the timeouts fall and stuff like that. But you watch the game, and as soon as they need to be back in the game, you get their behinds back in the game. That's what star players do. So, but LeVar, I appreciate you, brother. But to your question, if they're not going to gain any ground or lose any ground, I can see them resting. Can't hurt. That's not gonna happen. Because sometimes when you're talking about decisions like that in the front office, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and everybody wants to do what they want to do. You the president, you make them decisions, so it's on you. So if I'm the president, if I'm the head honcho in charge, I'm gonna do what I feel is best, period. But hopefully there'll be some obvious tells in the decisions that you need to make. So Lynn Dunn is on the clock. Don't get it twisted. Lynn Dunn is on the clock because you cannot waste this opportunity. The Indiana Fever have not been in the playoffs in 8 years. This will be the first time. This will be year 8, and they're making to the playoffs for the first time. So, Lynn Dunn, it is her job to maximize what she has on the court, and she has to make the decision: can I get more out of Caitlin Clark if I bring another coach in here? Because if you do bring another coach, what happens if they do worse than they did this year? If you bring in another coach and they don't get 20 wins, so you got to look at that. And I know everybody's looking at Bluter because she came in and all of that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I just hope they make the right decision and find a way to keep Kelsey Mitchell. I don't know if it's iffy on how these contracts work. So I don't know if Kelsey Mitchell has to stay. I was under the impression that she didn't, but I've heard from people that say they could put her under max contract or something like that. I don't know. So yeah. But you gotta remember, LeVar, there's been some games where they've kept the opponents down. They was running and gunning. And the last 2 games with Dallas has been like this. So that's going to be the new thing with Dallas. Is who's going to run and gun the most. So that doesn't surprise me with Dallas. And I'm just happy that we can match shot for shot with them and come out on top, even the way we screwed that game up towards the end. You can't have 2 turnovers with less than 2 minutes left in the game and the game is tight like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You had, let me see. It was, I believe it was all of they were under a minute. Dantes makes a 23-footer, defensive rebound. Dantes hits again, 25-footer, 8-foot. Caitlin Clark, 44 seconds left. Caitlin Clark, bad pass. J.C. Sheldon gets the steal. That's a turnover. Lexi Ho goes to the line. Caitlin Clark, bad pass. So Caitlin Clark had 2 turnovers in a row. J.C. Sheldon got a steal. Arike Gumbawale got a steal. Now, mind you, that was 44 seconds. Then at 21 seconds, Caitlin Clark turns it over again. Lexi Ho gets the rebound. Satu Sabali gets the foul on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark makes both free throws. In fact, Bentley comes in, and I think it was another turnover, right? Nah, because after that was the technical. Arike makes the 3, double text, and then McCowan got tossed. So yeah, so that was it. But it shouldn't have been that close at the end, man. I'm glad they could slug it out and come out on top, but ain't no way it should have been that close. No way. So they can do the slugfest. At least they know you can go 12 rounds with somebody. So there's something to be said for that. And I think they can beat Connecticut. But they got to be on point. They have to be on point. They got to make their shots. Let me say it like that. Because let me see. The way Dejanay Carrington plays Caitlin Clark better than anybody, in my opinion. Got DeWanna Bonner, Alyssa Thomas, Dejanay, Brianna Jones. And then don't forget Marina Mabry. So that's going to be tough, but they can do it. They can do it. But can Christy Sides outcoach Stephanie White? And that's why I'm saying Indiana, they gotta hit their shots. They gotta take advantage of all the opportunities. They can't miss a lot of shots in the paint. They gotta convert all of that stuff, all of it, because coaching might that's what it might come down to. And Indiana is always going to be on the low end of the totem pole when it comes to that, because most of the coaches you're going to face in the playoffs probably have more experience, a lot more experience than Christy Sides, and that's going to show. And Christy Sides has kind of played her hand on what she does and what she's not good at during the year. Her substitutions are suspect sometimes, and her plays get predictable. They always know they're gonna run that pick and roll. They always know that they're gonna get a ball to Aaliyah Boston at the top of the key, and she gonna hand off to Caitlin Clark coming back to her left, because they want her to shoot going to her left, because that's when she hits more shots. So anybody that watches film is gonna guard against that and force it to the right. So, you know, Lynx or Sun, I would rather play the Sun. I would rather play the Sun because Lynx is a good team. Um, and the last time Indiana played the Lynx, they started out good, but they couldn't hold it. And Cheryl Reeve will coach circles around Christy Sides. So I think their best matchup is the Sun because they beat the Sun before. Let me see. Let's go back and look. I want to see. Thank you for that. Thank you for another 5, LeVar. Appreciate you, bro. I wish I could give you 2 wrenches. Nah, the FIBA don't match up well against the Lynx at all. Fee Collier, man. We don't have a, like, you look at Asia Wilson, you look at Fee Collier, you look at DeWanna Bonner, Jonquel Jones. And even though Jonquel Jones is a solid big, Jonquel Jones also was in the 3-point contest, so she can hit jumpers. So Gustafson, you look at everybody like that has a legitimate mid-range to 3-point jumper. Aaliyah Boston doesn't have that. And Aaliyah Boston is a post player. Fee Collier is like Asia. She can play all over the court and hit shots and is good at it and can run and can block and can jump, all of that stuff. So you're not you got to look at the matchups and what's coming our way. So but I want to see. Let me see. I'm trying to look at so we beat Connecticut. We 2019. Let me start from the beginning. I'm gonna go through this full schedule. Let me let y'all in on this. That's actually a good question, man. Who's the better matchup? So, all right. So let's go back to May. We lost to Connecticut on the 14th, right? We lost on the 20th. That was when they was going through that crazy schedule. They played on the 14th, 16th, 18th, 20th, 22nd, 24th, and 25th, and 28th, and the 30th. June 1 to like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they played 11 games in like 22 days or something like that. So this schedule was hellacious. They got their first win against LA, but they did not beat Connecticut until they got the win in Phoenix. That was a good win. They beat Phoenix twice. Then they come back in Connecticut and beat them 84-80. Kelsey Mitchell went off with 23 points. So we beat the first loss Clark had 17. Oh no, the first loss she had 20. Then they had 17. Let me see what else. We lost on June 10th. Boston had 14 points. Let me see what this game looked like. Yeah, so Nelissa Smith didn't do anything. Aaliyah Boston had 14 and 12. She had a double-double. Kelsey Mitchell did not play well, only 9 points, 3 for 8 from the floor, and 1 for 4 from three. Caitlin Clark had 10 points, 2 assists, and only 1 steal and turned them. So that was not a good game. They had them. I think that's the game where Dejanay just had Caitlin Clark locked up. So they got nothing from nobody. Lexi Hall had 10 points. So yeah, Connecticut locked them up. And then let's go to the first game they beat Connecticut. That was 89-72. That wasn't a close one. Let's go back to Connecticut, 84-80. Mitchell had 23. These damn ads from McDonald's, you're killing me, Smalls. Not a sponsor, but if you want to, holla at me. Dejanay Carrington had 19 points that game. Caitlin Clark had 19, so she had a good game. She had 19, 5, and 5. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and 7 turnovers, turning the ball over. She shot 3 for 12 from deep. Not a good game for her. Kelsey Mitchell had 23. Lexi Hall had 17, kept them in the game. So 5 assists and 7 turnovers. So anytime your turnovers outpace your assists. Now, I know every time she turned the ball over, the other team didn't score, but that's the way I'm just looking at it. I know it doesn't convert 1-to-1, but still, I don't want turnovers like that, especially in the playoffs, because every possession matters. Kobe, it was a good game, bro. Good game. Caitlin Clark went off. She was, like I was saying, she was as advertised today. Her and Kelsey Mitchell again. Now that they know how to play each other and feed off of each other, I still think they make mistakes. But it was a excellent game. And they went back and forth and almost tried to get a game away. You know we ain't good at keeping leads. So, but yeah, if you just tuning in, damn it, shut up. So, you know what, let's do this. So, let me see. Here we go. Can you guys hear me better? All that whole time my microphone was off. I don't know what I was thinking about. I mean, I can talk about the birds. You know, I can always talk about the birds, bro. What do you think this game without AJ? I think we'll be fine without AJ. I think the challenge is going to be our defense handling Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson is like what the Giants were with Saquon. Not much else to go with. If you stop Saquon, you doing okay. We got to put speed on speed to get to Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins can't move worth shit. So we got to use our speed on the outside, the in-man on the line of scrimmage with Nolan Smith and those guys and get it done. Oh, you can hear me the whole time? Cool. I got me worried. I had my microphone turned down. So, but thank you for that. But yeah, so we good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. And we still, even without AJ, you still got Devontae Smith. You still got Jalen Hurts. You still got Saquon Barkley. You still got Dallas Goedert. So we still got 4 major weapons on our offense that most teams had to worry about. So, yeah, check me out tomorrow at around 5 o'clock. I'll be going on with my boy Tone the Shields from Chalk It Up Sports, and we'll have our pregame tomorrow at 5. So definitely check that out. So, but yeah, back to hoops. Yeah, and just thinking about what you were asking earlier about giving them some rest. I want to see Saxton, Wallace, and Berger play. Just and you know what? I want to see that if we can't lose anything, if we can't lose any ground, LeVar, I want to see them 3 play because I remember a situation. I love telling this story. This is when my grandson was like 10 years old, and I coached his basketball team. And you know what kids do. Pop, am I gonna play today? And I was like, we'll see, we'll see. So you got your starters. We had 10 kids on the team, and I got my starters and I got everybody else. So the kids that didn't start had been bugging the hell out of me. So finally, I started all them kids. All my starters I put on the bench. And I let all of them kids that beg and beg and beg about getting playtime, I let them play in front of their parents. I basically embarrassed them kids in front of their parents. And I finally called timeout when it was 12-2. And then put in all my starters. We got the lead back and ended up winning the game. But I'll never forget I had a parent come up to me and say, I like what you did there. And I said, I appreciate that, because they always bucking me to play. And I know they're not ready, but they think they can just get in there and then never had any problem with any of them kids. And I'm saying all of that to say, I want to see Saxton, I want to see Wallace, and I want to see Berger. I want to see what they can do. I think Grace Berger can play. Wallace was good, but she ain't what she used to be. Saxton, I don't think I've seen her touch the court yet. Katie Lou, she's off and on. She had a couple good games early in the season, but I look at what Lexi Hall is doing, and it's clear that Lexi Hall should have been starting from the giddy up. Katie Lou and Wallace shouldn't have been touching the court in the beginning of the year. And how did it take so long to figure that out? That's where you look at Christy Size and you say, what were you thinking? Like, what would possess you to do that? Because you got the goods on the court. And who knows what would have happened if Lexi Hall could have been playing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So just one of them things, man. That's the politics of the game. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do. But it'll be I'd like to see some of the girls come off the bench and let's see, or at least get a half in. Let the starters go for a half, and then let the backups get some clock, because you might need them. You just might need them. So we'll see what's going to happen. I keep rubbernecking at Cincinnati and the Chiefs. And if y'all don't know, the Bengals is my team because I'm from Cincinnati. Are they going into halftime? They got to run the ball because they can't down it, because it'll be a safety. They got to go forward at least one play. So yeah, man, good game today. They got it done. They got sloppy at the end, and that's the one thing they cannot do when the playoffs start. They cannot get sloppy. So, but all right. Just wanted to go through that game. Now I got to get back to football. A lot of stuff to do tonight. A lot of work, man. The channel is still growing. Please share, like, and share. Invite people to come on the stream with me. I'm trying to figure out a better way to engage with people on Facebook and Twitter and Threads, so I can bring more people to YouTube. So I'm working on it. If anybody got any suggestions, I'm always listening, and I can always get better, man. So I appreciate you, LeVar. I appreciate the super chats, my brother. And keep it up. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. when I'm on with Tone the Shields for our Eagles pregame. And I also will be doing a lot of just basic NFL stuff. You know what I'm saying? So gonna get more into that. Still working on graphics, I was working on tutorials this morning. Trying to get it in, man. Trying to step my game up, bro. So appreciate all you guys. Enjoy the rest of the NFL Sunday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.